Hey guys, how's it going? We're gonna do a little bit more. We're gonna do a little bit more gardening today. I feel like this next week, 2 weeks, is probably just gonna be like intense gardening. We're gonna get a ton of stuff planted and a ton of stuff done because I have all of those plants that showed up and they need to get taken care of. They're gonna be a lot happier in the ground than they are gonna be in their cans. And as a reminder, those are not my roosters. That's not even the rooster you normally hear if you're hearing that rooster. That is a rooster that way. That was that rooster. We are surrounded by roosters here. Multiple neighbors have roosters. It's country living. I love it. We also... This is Jinx. Jinx is a puppy. Jinx is 3 years old still, and it's full of puppy energy. And so you're gonna hear roosters, you're gonna hear toy squeaks. I am out here super early because it's a rough one. It's gonna be toasty, so I'm trying to beat the heat. So the plan today is to take care of some more of the plants that are looking a little bit rough. I've got the storm cloud ansonium that looks a little bit rough, and then I have another one that's really small that I want to get planted. And my plan is to do a little bit of work in this bed and a little bit of work over by where the Vitex is. I currently have one of the storm cloud ansonium, whatever it's called, planted over by the Vitex, and I have 3 more, and I want to do like a small little drift of those guys. They're so gorgeous when they come up in the springtime, and so I would like to do a little drift of those guys. I've got it's right under the hose link, which is a perfect spot for that. I have to show you Sadie. So currently it is 7 a.m. and the dogs have not eaten yet. They usually end up eating at 8:30, and Sadie is not happy that we're outside this early and no food. Usually they come out right when it's time for them to eat. So Sadie's a little confused, and she's waiting by the door for Brent to grab their breakfast, and she's gonna be really upset because she has to wait another hour. Oh, okay. It's so cute. She's just staring at the door. Oh my gosh. She's so funny. Let's show you guys these plants that I want to get planted. Maybe we'll plant a couple other things because I've got a lot of stuff that needs to be planted anyways. So the first plant I want to plant today is called Baptisia. It's looking a little sad. So I want to get it out of these cans and I want to get it in the ground. I can see it is still pushing some new growth. So I know that they're going to be totally fine and they'll look so gorgeous next year. This one is the Decadence Vanilla Cream, and it gets about 36 inches tall and wide, and it's zones 4 through 9. I'm really excited about this. I wanted to show you guys this. So this is going to be something that I kind of plant in the back of a bed. See how you can see all of the stalks coming up right there? So I want to plant something so it kind of cover those stalks. So this gets about 36 inches tall, so I'll plant something that gets maybe about half that size right in front of it. But for today, we're just going to plant just these guys and get them over kind of on the espalier bed. So I've got 3 of these to plant, and I kind of want to just do a little trio of these. I'm really excited about it. Baptisia is one of the plants that I've wanted to grow for a couple years now. I just was never able to get my hands on one of them. So I let Brent pick this color. There's another color that was like lemonade or something like that, and I really wanted to grow that one. Brent said he liked this one better. This one's like a creamy white yellow color, so we'll see how it does. White flowers tend to have issues, so this will be an interesting trial to see. Either way, I wanted to grow Baptisia, and Baptisia. We're doing great over here. Either way, I've wanted to grow this plant for a very long time, so I'm very excited to get that planted. And then I also have some very sad Russian sage. So this is the Denim and Lace Russian sage, and I love Russian sage. Brent loves Russian sage. I grew it a couple years ago. This one stays a little bit smaller. This one gets 32 inches tall and probably about that wide. Yeah, 32 inches tall and wide, hardy in zones 4 through 9. I love Russian sage. I'm really excited about this one. This one actually won Perennial of the Year in 2020. And some people do have issues with this on their skin. So this is something that you kind of need to. So if you have sensitive skin, this probably isn't one that you want to grow. Or at least you could grow it, just maybe not grow it somewhere like you're gonna end up touching it, like maybe to the back of a bed or something like that. And if you do plant it, wear gloves while planting it. These ones are itty bitty, and so they've been in their containers for a minute, so they're not very happy. But I love the color of these ones right here, and I like the size of these. There's some other Russian sage that gets absolutely massive, and that's not the vibe I'm going for. I want something smaller. So the plan is to plant those and the Baptisia today. And then I also have one other plant, the Stormcloud Ansonium. Let me show you guys those. So these are the Ansonium right here, and they did get a little bit like crispy. The leaves aren't even like, they're not crunchy, but they are starting to fall off right now. So I know they're still alive. I know the roots are still good. I can see some new growth coming from the bottom of these. This is the one called Stormcloud. This is one that I currently have, 30 inches tall. And they don't get quite that wide. It says full sun to part sun. I found in my growing zone, planting these in part sun is best. They are zones 4 through 9. And so I think if you're in a lower zone, full sun. If you're in a higher zone, or if you're in somewhere with like extreme heats like I get, somewhere that is partial sun. So where these are gonna go is just gonna get a little bit of morning sun, and then just like a tiny amount of midday sun, none of the afternoon hot blaring sun. So we've got 3 of these to plant, and I'm gonna just pop them really close to the one that I currently have. And the Ansonium's really cool because when the new blooms come out, you have a leaf on your forehead. When the new blooms come out, or when the stalks come out, they kind of look like asparagus, and they're super like straight, and they look kind of weird. They look like asparagus almost, and then they're like they're like a smoky green color. It's really, really cool. And they come out, and then all of a sudden they like throw their foliar growth and their flowers, and it's just really, really gorgeous. Fluffiest dog. So we're gonna get these planted also. I love Ansonium. Great if you're in a lower zone, higher zone. Anybody should be growing this one. Like I said, zones 4 through 9. That's a good range. So we're just gonna grab fertilizer, my drill and auger, and also the little shovel. Watch out, Jinx. And we're gonna haul everything around in the wagon today. So that way I can load this up with some plants. This is our smaller gorilla cart. We have a bigger gorilla cart also. But this one's nice when you're just doing little things. And that one has been fabulous for like big projects and bulky things. And no, we still haven't finished the concrete job thing. We gotta come in, we're killing all the grass, so we're trying to level it all out. Also, do you guys remember last year the honeydew issue that we were dealing with from this tree right here? We were dealing with it just as bad this year, and it's really frustrating. So right here I have a St. John's wort, and then I have some type of cypress right here. I can't remember what it is. I have a pittosporum right here, and then even part of our willow is just covered in honeydew. It's really unfortunate. Like I just touched it, and it's so sticky, it's so gross, and it's all from this pecan tree. This pecan tree is full of just aphids, and the honeydew is just raining down on it. We've gone in with a systemic, which is a non-organic pesticide, and you put it at the base of the tree and it sucks it all up, and it's not doing anything. So we're kind of at a loss, and I need to figure out something else that I can do in this spot right here, because it's just going to kill these plants, the amount of honeydew that gets that rains down. It's very upsetting, and the tree is here to stay. we got it all done. It's looking great. It feels so nice to be in this area where the hose link is and the fence that we just finished to start getting things planted. I'm watching a honeybee right now. It's just so nice to start getting things planted and cleaned up and I don't know, make progress in the garden. It feels like we're like actually doing something finally 1.5 million years later. Whatever. So let me turn the camera around and show you guys. I didn't end up getting all of the Baptisia, how do you say it? Baptisia? Does it matter? No. I ended up not getting all of them planted on the side over by the apple espalier. I ended up getting 2 planted over there and then 1 planted over on this side. I didn't want to take out the petunias that were there. They still look good. And so I figured, you know what? We'll just plant 2 of them there. And I will plant 1 over on this side, so it kind of like ties both sides in, I think. So let's turn the camera around and I'll show you guys kind of where everything ended up. So on this side is the area that we just finished the fence, and I got these grasses planted here, and then Brant came around and ran some irrigation. And then I got the 3 of the Stormcloud Ansoniums planted, 1, 2, 3 right there. And then here's the other one that I do have. It's planted right here. So it'll just be kind of like a low, you can see this is how tall they get. They don't get super big. So I'll have kind of just 4 of these here, and I don't really want it to be super tall because I do get the hose link. And then my plan is to just kind of do a couple stepping stones over here to be able to grab the hose link. Should be fine. But it'll be just kind of like a nice low piece of green right there. And I do have a new hose link coming. And then over by the apple espalier, I got the 3 Russian sage planted there. After looking at the roots, I'm not sure they'll make it. I think it'll just be worth it to try. But the roots were pretty wet and kind of falling off, so I think there might be a little bit of rot. But I still planted them just in case. We'll see what happens. So it's 1, 2, 3, a little trio, kind of like under this apple espalier, and they should reach to about that height right there. And then just on the other side is where I planted the 2 Baptisia. I need to figure that out. I'm really good at gardening, obviously, but those will probably hit at least to this lower branch right here. So they should hit to that lower apple branch. They might get a little bit taller than that, which honestly, that would be totally fine by me. And then I was planning to put the 3rd one right in front of them, but I just couldn't bring myself to pulling the 1 plant that's right there. I wanted to do kind of like a little trio, but we ended up doing the other one on the other side. So let me show you guys that. And then the very last one is kind of tucked in here. The lighting's a little bit rough, but this is going to fill out this entire area right here and be so gorgeous, kind of just popping by the arbor door gate trellis thing that I built. Little white blooms, perfect. And then I've got the white rose right here, and all of these plants will end up moving, but I just think that that's going to be perfect to just kind of like fill that whole area in. So that is going to be it for this video, you guys. We got a lot done. The garden is looking good. Things are finally happening. And next step, probably not for the next couple weeks or until family is gone, but obviously I'm doing great. We are going to, in the next couple weeks, once it cools back down again, that's when we're going to rent a trencher so we can do the irrigation line. And then we're going to rent a rototiller and level all of the ground. We're just waiting for it to not be 100 degrees. We spent our cool days finishing the fence, which needed to happen. And we got some things planted that also needed to get in the ground during our cool days. So it's heating back up, and then once it cools back down is when we'll be able to finish the big project. Well, the big project, because we already started it and we're probably not going to finish it. So we'll be able to at least get some of it done. So that is going to be it for this video, you guys. Thank you for visiting our garden, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.